Travis Hunter's ability to change the game as both a wide receiver and a cornerback make him one of the most unique draft prospects ever. He's as good at both positions as he is at breaking out new touchdown celebrations, and he's got a lot of celebrations in his future. This episode of Top Prospects is presented by Robert Half. Hunter's ceiling might be a little bit higher as a wide receiver than as a cornerback, but his versatility is not some novelty either. The 2024 Heisman winner put together one of the most memorable college football seasons ever, also winning both the Biletnikoff and Bednarik Awards, which are given annually to the best wide receiver and best defensive player in college football, respectively. He was tireless, playing 1,481 snaps, almost 300 more than any other FBS player, and he made those snaps count. No player since at least 1976 had recorded 500 receiving yards and 4 interceptions in a single season. Hunter more than doubled that receiving total to 1,258 yards and added 15 receiving touchdowns for good measure, tied for second in the nation. On the other side of the ball, alongside those 4 picks, Hunter allowed just 1 touchdown in coverage all season. When he was targeted, he held up a lot better than he did in 2023, slashing the QB rating of opposing passers throwing his way from 68 to 22. His combination of ball skills, run after catch skills, and instincts is what makes Hunter truly special. So let's dive into it. All right, we've got 5 plays here from Travis Hunter, a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense as well, because of course he does both at such a high level. Let's begin here, and so you see the ball a little bit outside the 20-yard line going in, and normally when you're seeing sort of these fade throws are either to the back pylon or to the front pylon. It's kind of a middle end zone fade here from Shedeur Sanders to Travis Hunter, which underscores just how much a quarterback is going to trust this player. Now, before we get too far into this, Travis Hunter at the combine was around 187 pounds. Not huge by wide receiver standards, but the question is, how much does his bulk and his strength impact his game? Let's find out here just how much of an impact it was. And again, a red zone area where the defender has natural leverage, which is the boundary of the end zone to work with. You run it here, and just by the way, one more note before we get too far into the play, and then I promise we'll let it roll. Never does Travis Hunter look like he is straining when he is running. It is a very effortless glide that is sort of the secret sauce of Travis Hunter's incredible athletic ability. All right, so moving here, and you can see, by the way, Shedeur Sanders basically says, I don't care whether you're covered or whether you are open, because right now, Travis Hunter is covered. He's going to throw the football up his way. The defender has already established contact, perhaps illegally, into the face of Travis Hunter. The ball is thrown, and what does Travis Hunter do? Makes an effortless catch in the end zone. This is a contested catch situation. For a 187-pound player, the concern would be, what is he going to do when he gets muscled up in the end zone? In the case of Travis Hunter, despite the frame, the modest frame, 187 pounds, he has much better functional strength than I think his 187-pound frame would suggest to some people. All right, we're just getting started here with Travis Hunter. We move forward to a little bit of defense. And there are a lot of traits that I think get people going about Travis Hunter as he gets the crowd going right here, by the way, with one of his celebrations. But Travis Hunter has rare, and I mean rare instincts and ball skills. All right, so again, we're down in the red area. In this case, he's playing defense, but this is the goal line. The ball's being snapped at the 3.5-yard line. If you take a look at this route concept, what you're going to see is from TCU, you kind of have 2 separate wide receivers that are driving inwards this way. The idea is you're going to clear room for this back out of the backfield, and especially if you get man coverage, you're thinking this guy might be wide open because these 2 perimeter wide receivers, or in the case, a tight end and a wide receiver, are going to influence all the action inside. You can kind of create a natural pick, should be wide open. Now watch what Travis Hunter does is he does fade at the beginning of the route as he sees these 2 players working inwards. You're going to see him fade just a little bit towards the inside. Now what that does, you see him fade. Now look at this right here. He is sort of taking about a yard to his right of a step. The quarterback is now thinking to himself, I got this wide open right here, because he's expecting Travis Hunter's momentum to continue to go this way. The answer instead is that Travis Hunter sees the quarterback's eyes look towards that running back coming out of the backfield. The fact that he can identify this speaks to the football intelligence and the instincts. This is still a tough play, though. Watch the play that Travis Hunter makes to work towards this football and turn a would-be touchdown into instead an interception. I mean, just to go back and watch this catch here. This is actually a great image right now. Just look at this. Look at this outstretched arms of Travis Hunter trying to pry this football away from the wide receiver. The ball skills when he is fully sprawled out, looks like Superman. Flying through the air does Travis Hunter and corrals that play for an interception. Once again, gets back up, and he knows he fired up the entire crowd. One more angle of this play, by the way, you can see it from the end, so you can probably see how this is supposed to influence. Again, the idea here is we get this guy coming in, we get this guy coming in. Can we drag these defenders, especially if the quarterback thinks this linebacker right here is going to follow this running back right here? He just out-leveraged, right? The quarterback is saying, my running back can get to here faster than this guy can get to here. Well, Travis Hunter, again, recognizes what is coming, sort of falls off of his man to make this incredible play. Boom, that is just money right there. You can't teach that kind of ball skills from Travis Hunter. Instincts, ball skills, you'll hear about them all the time leading up to the draft. Another reminder, Travis Hunter, the effortless athlete, offensive side of the ball. Now, you let me know if at any point during this play you think to yourself that Travis Hunter looks like he is working hard. The answer is he is. He just has this ability to make it look very easy. I apologize in advance to the defenders that are going to try to make a play on this play. We got two angles of this touchdown against Stanford, two separate angles that show you that there might be four guys who think at some point they have an opportunity to make a tackle on Travis Hunter. Again, sort of just cruising to the spot where he catches the football. You're going to see, you can actually see the helmet right here, right now. So I'll give you a little arrow. Just watch out for that player right there. He thinks, all right, I'm about to square up and make a tackle here on Travis Hunter. One more time, 187 pounds. He's supposed to be an easy guy to bring down. This is like Madden right there. Whoop! Like that is just ridiculous. This is a work of art from Travis Hunter. To keep going, and then the run after catch here, two more defenders bearing down on him. You can see the fourth that I think had a chance to make a play. All right, just gonna let it run until we get to the point where he actually catches the football, does Travis Hunter. So, all right, boom, now the ball's in his hands. I would say that you could make the case that 1, 2, 3, and maybe this guy right here, if he's really fast, thinks he has a chance to prevent this from being a touchdown. I don't think at this point right here that you're saying to yourself, that is a guaranteed 6 points. I get it that number 2 is working that way. That being said, he's at the 7-yard line, and Travis Hunter's catching the football at the 22-yard line. Just roll it here, though. One more time, the spin move, ridiculous. And just watch it. It's just effortless. It just feels like these guys are going full speed like road runners, and Travis Hunter is instead just kind of moving along. That's what he does. All right, a couple more plays here for you then. Back on defense. Once again, you're going to see a player who has a responsibility, but is able to fall off of his responsibility and kind of bait the quarterback because of his football intelligence and his football instincts. He's kind of up at the line of scrimmage, up against UCF in this case. You're thinking, is there a possibility of press man? What is the coverage here? Well, let's just run it. And you see quickly that Travis Hunter is going to bail, and the quarterback is probably at this point thinking to himself, all right, he's going here, like way here. He might be dropping back. I should have room down here underneath to throw a pass to. Well, once again, we see this from Travis Hunter. He's so good at identifying route concepts, perhaps because he is a wide receiver. And what does he do? He drives back on the football, and just take a moment to see where he drives back and where he ends up catching this ball. His last pointer at the 45.5-yard line, basically. He drives back, and look at that. Comes back for the football. You'll see it one more time. He is at the top of the screen here is Travis Hunter. So that's Travis Hunter, and that's the wide receiver that the quarterback is thinking maybe he's responsible for, maybe not. And then watch where the play actually ends up unfolding. So you pause here, bam. The quarterback is thinking to himself when he looks this way, all right, hey, I got him here to here. This tight end should be wide open in the flat. Travis Hunter's all the way up here, right? This quarterback is at the 30-yard line. He's 11 yards down the field, driving backwards. But once again, he reads the quarterback masterfully and comes back. Not a great football throw, that much I can admit as well. But Travis Hunter makes an incredible play to come back to the football. And then after it, just a reminder, did Travis Hunter win the Heisman? He sure did. He called his shot right here. Love the way he hits the celebration in the end zone. I mean, that's just money in the bank right there. All right, so we'll wrap up our 5th play here on Travis Hunter. And I'm going to remind you one more time about the play strength concerns that some people have said. Like, if you're going to look for a knock on Travis Hunter, I think it might be more of a you problem than a Travis Hunter problem. That being said, 187 pounds, not your prototypical wide receiver weight for a guy who's going to go really high. This is against North Dakota State, first game of the season this past year for Colorado. And just a couple of plays prior to this, Colorado tried this near pylon fade where the goal of the quarterback and the wide receiver is to kind of use this to their advantage. Use this area, kind of use the boundary of the sideline, and your landmark is maybe a couple of yards inside that front pylon. It's almost like a timing and trust throw. The wide receiver knows it's coming. The defensive back is concerned about the possibility of the wide receiver running all the way into the back of the end zone because there is more room to work with. A couple of plays prior, they had tried a similar thing, didn't quite work out. And on this play, what do? The exact same thing. You tell me, if I spotlight this right here, does this look like, and we can blow it up too, does this look like it's going to be a catch by Travis Hunter? Look at that right there. The ball is about to land on the helmet of the defensive player. He's got his arm in between the arms of Travis Hunter. Does he have the strength to make this catch, plus the body control as well? The answer is yes. Doesn't it feel like he made it look easy right there as he hits the spin at the end? One more angle here. Again, this ball, if you told me on this freeze frame right here, he's going to end up with the football, I would have thought no. My best guess, this will be an incomplete pass. This will just be deflected off of either his hands or the defensive back's hands. Perhaps you get a penalty for defensive pass interference here. The answer is neither. You end up with a Travis Hunter catch, almost grabbing the football off the defensive player's helmet. This right here, still ridiculous to think the football ended up in Travis Hunter's hands. Let's run it back one more time just so you can enjoy it.
What a catch! A miraculous, implausible, impossible catch by 12.
Money in the bank right there. What remains to be seen with Travis Hunter is not just where he winds up in the draft, but also whether he winds up settling in on just one side of the ball. It's hard to find players who played meaningful NFL snaps on offense and defense for a prolonged stretch, but Hunter looks poised to break the mold. A football unicorn is incredibly hard to find, which is why he is my pick for the best player in the entire draft. This episode of Top Prospects is presented by Robert Half. At Robert Half, we know talent.